Happy Sunday. I am so sorry I'm very late today. It's been a busy day. We've had a lot of things going on, and plus, I have really been dreading making this video. Actually, this is um, um, our Southern Nest Adventure, the Sunday edition, episode number 6. Um, right off the bat, let me just say that there's not going to be a caller today because this is more geared towards my thoughts, my feelings, and things that are concerning me. And I think a caller would be distracting from this, and I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be. As it is going to be a long video, so please, sit down, have some coffee, have a drink, you have some water, some tea, whatever is your pleasure today. And sit down. I am not an editor. I don't do the fancy um, animations and things like that. I'm a storyteller and I'm a truth teller, and I'm here in this hobby on YouTube to learn about the dolls, about the hobby, and to forward what I've learned onto you guys. The Sunday edition is to go back into the week, the prior week, or maybe prior month, and whatever I find and see what is important to talk about and what is important for newcomers or new people to the community to keep in mind, to keep themselves, to keep this hobby positive for them and to keep them safe. So this video, without all that being said, I have some voice clips and also some emails I'm going to read that I've never shared before, because I believe that emails are personal and they should never be shared. But considering that a certain someone in this community has no problem sharing information, personal information, personal emails. At this point, a year and a half into it, I'm not a saint. I'm not Jesus, and I've shown the other cheek so many times, and I'm at this point, I feel like my silence is considered stupidity and or ignorance, and that's a really big problem for me. So this video is basically I'm addressing Jen from Belle's Reborn Nursery, Inez from the Reborn Doll Collectives, and Pixie Mommies, and Tasha from Pixie Mommies Reborns. Now, I watched a video 2 days ago of this woman from the islands. I think she's from Bermuda. I think she's a really sweet woman. Katrina, I think is her name. Springflower is her channel. So if you, after this, please hop on over there and take a look. And she had a video up that I think she took it down about how she was talked about in a membership video of Jen's, and which was really interesting because I think a lot of people got information about this channel and about this membership and about this creator, and I'm one of them as well, and that's why this video is really hard for me to make, and I don't want to make videos like this. This is not what I'm in this hobby. It's making me physically sick. I have not slept in like 2 days, more than 4 hours each night, because I'm so frustrated, and therefore we've decided about a week ago to start a new channel that is private, that is just for our family and our closest friends, that has to do with me and David and our personal life, because we just don't feel safe anymore. This channel will still be up, and I will still be recording videos with the dolls, and David will still be in there, but we will not discuss anything personal here, because we have learned a very hard way that this is just not a good community to share personal information on. So that being said, let's get into the first voice recording I have, and I will give my little input when needed, okay? And just remember that I am not an editor. I don't do all of these fancy editing things. I'm just a storyteller, and I'm here for the dolls, and I'm not here to make movies. So, so let's start with the first video or the first voice recording. Let's hope it all works out the way I wanted it to.
Not only about me. A lot of what is going on with this particular group of people is about me, but it's not just about me. I mean, Tasha and Inez have really got slammed, and Katie too. You know, Kelly girl getting slammed for no reason. I've never seen Kelly girl attack anybody. I've never seen, like, honest to God, I've never seen Kelly girl attack anybody ever since I've come across her channel. I've never seen any of you attack anybody. The only person that did get attacked was Andrea, and she deserved to. She is a scammer.
Okay, considering that 6 months ago you knew nothing about this, like you said to me, I don't know anything about you. I don't know anything about the situation between you and Inez. That's why I don't want to get involved. Now I'm a scammer in your eyes, Jen. As far as Kelly Girl is concerned, you have no idea what went on during that time, because everybody involved in this had lives going on that have now been removed, and all of the lives Kelly was in, calling me also a scammer. So just because you delete these lies doesn't make them lies. I have no interest of making somebody that is on my side an enemy. That's ridiculous. Why would I have a problem with Kelly for no reason? That makes zero sense. We all know that she is on Inez and Pixie's side and has been, and she made that perfectly clear on my channel. She left me a really horrid message, and she's now blocked, and so are a lot of these people that sent me really horrid comments. Now, to be very clear to new people here, at the time that this happened, this situation with Inez and this doll, I was brand new. I didn't have a channel. I was just a collector. I didn't save hardly anything. That's not my style. I don't save screenshots. I'm not paranoid like that, where I feel like I have to do this. This is ridiculous. And if I knew ahead of time that this is what is required to be in this community, I would never have been in it. I would never be interested in it, because I don't have time for it. And I think that's really horrible. So they went after somebody new. Then on the other side, they went the same year after Springflower and called her a thief. And lucky, in a very unlucky situation, she had been here for a while, has a ton of subscribers, active subscribers. They comment all the time on her channel. She's a wonderful lady. She doesn't do drama at all. And she, for whatever reason, maybe she does it all the time, but she had receipts for everything, which was great. So, she was a little bit luckier than me, even though this was absolutely not deserved, and it was disgusting what was done to her. So please, hop on over there and give us a thumbs up, subscribe. She doesn't really need a subscription. She's got a ton of subscribers. But you know what? If you want some good content, happy content without drama, this is the person for you. She is really bubbly. She smiles a lot. Really positive. I love it. I love her. So, I'm so glad I subscribed. She's got a fan in me. So, that being said, so let's get on to okay, let's take a look at this little clip here.
For people to buy and sell, and then to add to that by spreading rumors and hearsay makes it all know what one person did? All you got to, they're able to do a chargeback. They're able to contact their bank and do a chargeback on their card. The buyer is always protected.
Okay, this is very interesting. Obviously, she's talking about me, and I have no idea if she's living in La La Land or what her trip is, but I don't have my money back. Why don't I have my money back? Is because I canceled the chargeback, and I will show proof of that later in the video. Because I did the chargeback, which was my right as a consumer that received a faulty product, I got a year and a half, and it's still ongoing, attacks, bullying, threats of law and order, or lawsuits. And I tell you, I would not buy anything from anybody in this community unless I pay with goods and services. And only if I really, really, really know this person well. Other than that, forget it. And as far as the law is concerned, I did contact the Johns Creek Police Department. And there is a case that they're keeping an eye on. And regarding this situation, I also called the police department in California as well. And so this is the deal. The police department in California and the police department in Johns Creek basically, and my attorney basically said, this is all part of freedom of speech. You can call anybody anything. What the police officer in California told me in the city that Inez lives in, look, we have people that call Trump names, and there's nothing we can do. This is like your opinion. This is somebody's opinion about how they feel about somebody, and that is protected by freedom of speech. So in other words, there's nothing nobody's going to do. The only thing that all two police departments and my attorney told me, the only thing I can do is go to court, and if it's heard, which most likely will not be heard because it's like such a frivolous thing, and women in YouTube land bickering, they will just basically have Inez take the playlist down, and I'm out $10,000. And to me, it's not worth it. Whatever. Because I will have my truth here today in this video. So no, it's like this is YouTube. Is the only thing can happen is that YouTube steps in because it's their platform, just as the membership. The membership does not give you privacy, just for anybody out there. The membership basically is made for, it was created for channel creators to have another outlet to make some money for extra work that they have to put into the channel. And that could be an extra video, an extra maybe discounts on clothing, or a giveaway. It was never meant to go behind other community members' backs and trash them. And I just wonder what YouTube would say when contacted. And we all know how hard it is to contact YouTube. If they find out that certain people in this community, this is exactly what they have this membership for. So as far as the law is concerned, as far as legal, suing anybody here, trust me, I've done my homework. The police, our department here is aware of what my issue is. And if anything more of what, other than what is already online, is coming out, they want me to call, take screenshots, and they will keep an eye. So that, I don't want to go any further into that situation with Jen. The next one will be, let me take a look here. Okay, so this is a membership that I'm actually in. This is a membership from Pixie Mommies Reborns. Okay, I paid my $1.99. I have every right to be there, and she seems to think that, you know, just because she asked me not to be there, that I shouldn't be there, and that's completely correct. I can. This is an open platform, an open. This platform does not belong to you. This belongs to YouTube, and you have no recourse. You have no way to prevent anybody to go on your channel. And the bigger question though is, why would you want to forbid people to come on this membership channel unless you want to talk smack about these people like me? And that's exactly what you have this membership for. And I will show the proof later, because I took a screenshot of your wall when you started this membership. Okay, so I'm just going to show, you know, let you guys hear a little bit of it, just to let you know that I was actually there and she is actually talking smack about me. So there we go.
Got me in the total raw today, half a migraine, and I'll explain why in a minute. I have Mikhail here just sitting on the bed up here, so I just put him in my lap for this video. So part of, channel memberships and the exclusivity, of course, is you get a little bit more of behind the scenes and,
First of all, there is no exclusivity. There's no exclusivity here. As long as people pay, they have a right to be there.
What goes on with your favorite YouTube channels in what they deal with behind the scenes as YouTubers, or at least you're in my membership. That's, part of what I offer here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that I can't and won't address publicly, but in here I'm going to talk about it. So we have a new member.
Just to be very clear, this is still a public forum. Just because you pay for it doesn't make it private. It's still public.
So last night we're up to 33 members. 32 of those members are lovely ladies who have come in here to support me, to network with one another, and to have some dolly fun. One of those members that appears sometime yesterday or the day before that joined up is actually pretty much one of, if not the most main contender in the ongoing harassment that has been going on YouTube, on YouTube for about a year and a half now, that you can all clearly see with your own two eyes by looking at my channel and my wall and anywhere I am on social media. I do not engage with this person or few people that have been doing this to me at all.
Okay. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to, play the whole thing unless, it's necessary, unless people want to hear. But she is talking about me, and if she denies it, I will, play the whole video to show that she's talking about me. And what she's talking about is also a lie when she says, oh, I have not spoken or about this woman in a year and a half. She's got to be joking. The whole community knows that she has made videos about me. She's been in lives about me. She's called me a scammer, a liar, uneducated, racist. I have no business being in the community, and on and on and on. Now, just because she takes her videos down and the lives down like they all do, to keep this this false facade that they are all so clean as a whistle on the channel, it's horrifying to me. I've never taken a video down because I stand by what I say today, tomorrow, and always, with one exception. I did make the video about Doll Oz and my situation with her and calling the police private because she's asked for she gave me an apology, which I accepted, and I will keep it private for about a month or so, I don't know, and then I'm probably gonna just delete it altogether because it's at one point, the better angels need to speak to me, and they did, and I'm not going to pile onto this. I made my point, and the only reason I made the video is because of Jen getting a hold of this woman and twisting her in all kinds of different shapes and sizes to fit her own narrative, which I thought was really disgusting. So anyway, so that's just a short little soundbite of what Pixie is doing on her channel, on her membership channel that you pay $2 for a month. And that kind of makes me think, who are these people that watch this? Clearly, they are only people that want to hear the gossip, because any logical person that's only here for the hobby would not want to hear this. And there was like other things that she talked about in subsequent videos about me. Like there was one of her lives was taken down because of by YouTube, and she isn't sure why it was taken down. By either the content was inappropriate or somebody called and complained about it, and she was basically saying, well, there's only 2 people in here that would have a reason to do it. So in other words, thinking that I would do it. Lady, you know what, you are like the last person I think about, when I go to YouTube or when I start my day. Give me a break, you're not that important. So now let's get to all right, let's see. I don't know exactly which way I recorded this. I'm trying to get it in as best of order as possible, so so that it all makes sense to you guys. So let's see, I can't remember what this was again.
I think you found a new mama. Look at those little legs. Mama Wit says, looks like you found a new mommy. Great, the baby has a new mommy. Andrea, I'm so happy you're gonna love him. Aww. You guys, Andrea has been, I don't know if a lot of you guys might know who she is. She comments a lot. She was, a collector for a while, and she's always supported my channel. And she's supported a lot of people on here, always leaving lovely comments, and just being a lovely person all the way around. Let me get this guy dressed. I love the insides. Andrea, I think you bought, I might be mistaken, but I think you bought this outfit as well, because I had 2 sets. Mother Care, I always get lucky with Mother Care. They always...
Okay, so this was the day that I bought this doll on her YouTube channel, and this was actually not the first time I saw this doll, and it was actually not the first time I made an offer and I told her about the doll, because she had this doll on her Instagram account, and I'll show you guys a picture just so, because we need to have evidence of everything in this community. It's like if you don't have evidence, you're considered a liar and whatever. So anyway, while I'm looking for this, she had this on Instagram first, because I was on Instagram and I saw this doll, and um, I hold on a second. Sorry, this is like a couple minutes later. I had to go to the bathroom and had to turn off the video. Okay, so um, what I was talking about is that I bought this doll, and on her YouTube channel, but I had bought it originally from her Instagram channel. And this is the ad that I went by and bought this baby from. I don't know if you can see it. It's clearly an Instagram post, and I sent her a response via DM saying, okay, I remember you doing this box opening, and I really like Leticia Moreno's work, and I'll take him. And she never responded to me, and well, I know now why, because she never wanted to sell me the doll in the first place, and that came from, I didn't find that out until a year later when me and Sam became friends, and Sam told me she didn't want to sell to me because she was upset over this Reese sculpt, that baby that she wanted to sell to me, and I found that doll to be too expensive and didn't buy it from her. And at the end, she lost a bunch of money. Well, not as much money as I lost, but she lost money and she couldn't sell him. And I think she lost like $200 or $250 on this doll, because she just wouldn't play ball. So that's on her anyway. So when I saw this live that following day at night, I came in that really late because I got notification. I was having dinner and I saw this notification saying, "Oh, she was selling this doll." I'm like, "What?" And so I came in halfway through, and I'm like, "I'm taking him," and she's like, "Oh, Andrea's taking him. Great, 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 great." So everybody's like happy. So happy-go-lucky. Everybody's great. I'm like the greatest thing since you know, you know, peanut butter and jelly or white bread or whatever. Um, so, so she says in there that I've been following her, and I'm a nice lady and I leave nice responses, and I've been a collector, but I don't have a channel, which is all very true. So, but then things go very, very much south. After I have a problem with this doll arriving to me. So let's get to, okay, this one here, and I'll explain what this is.
Look, it's dated March 14th. You can read it. It says, "Hi, I'm just watching your YouTube channel for the first time. I'm also new to the reborn world. It is interesting and also very scary since these babies are so expensive and you just don't know if you are going to bond with them once you get them. That said, I love your little baby boy. I have one reborn now, and even though I really like her face and hair and her size, I don't like how stiff the limbs are. Can you tell me who made your baby? Also, do you have any of your clothing that you showed in your video left? I would be interested in buying some of it. Also, you sound like a cool person to just talk to about these babies. Maybe you can give me some insight into this world. I'm having 2 more babies made for me, and now I'm a little scared that I may not like them. What do you do if that happens? Any advice would be wonderful. Best, Andrea." I don't even like, now reading this, she was already nitpicking dolls that were going to be made for her, custom made.
Okay, so this was the first time I ever contacted her. So she has this video, this comment since what did she say? March 18th of 2018. So 2 years ago. So I don't know what possesses anybody to keep emails like that. I don't. I'm not paranoid like that. That I feel like I have to. My word should always be good, and if it's not, then you don't belong in my world. In this video, clearly I like her dolls. She had been here for, at the time, I think 3 years. I've watched her. I started watching her because of her Stellan, and that's really the only reason I ever watched her, because of that Stellan. And that's why because I like this Levi sculpt, and I still like this Levi sculpt to this day. So when somebody comes to your channel and says, I'm new to the community, I have a reborn. At the time I had one reborn, but I sold 2, so I've been in it a while. But I didn't feel at the time that I needed to tell her my whole full life story. But I didn't know how to fix any of them. I didn't know how to fix the limbs, what is in there. I was just basically, like I said, a collector and not an artist. And so I wanted some information from her, like, how do you do this? How do you fix that? And what do you do if you don't bond with the baby right away? And what, like tips. That's why I came into this community for. Well, if she is not willing to give tips and then she throws that into your face 2 years later, why are you here? Why are you here if this is not supposed to be a community where people learn and collaborate and help each other out? If that's not what it is, then this is not a community. Then this is self-serving, and then you're just in it for the money. And there's not really very much money to be had, because I have a channel as well, and I can guarantee you, I have not seen anybody sponsoring your videos, and until they do, I mean, two companies have already, and I've spoken about this before, have asked me to do a sponsorship with them. One is a luggage company, one is a children's company, and only because they like the fact that I'm European, that I travel, and the other one is because of the box openings and my accent. So, and unless you have sponsors, you make no money. You make no money off this clicking and subscribers and whatever. So I don't know what the issue is here with that whole thing. So please explain to me what your purpose here is. As far as my subscribers are concerned, I make videos where I divulge where I got things from, what I find inside the dolls after I had to open up that JC, being completely petrified opening this, and had David help me, and it was completely petrifying to me. And and I share these things, with people, like how I protect the hair, how I protect the dolls, what I like about the dolls, what I don't like about the dolls. If people ask me, like, where can I buy a really good doll, I'll let them know. I will not ever throw that in your face, that you ask a question about how to get rid of shine on a doll. That is ridiculous. So if that's all you have, Inez, that's pretty sad. And that really, like, let that all be a warning to you all, who you deal with and who you send any kind of information to. Now, let's go to, okay, that was March 14th, 2018. Okay, on June 24th, 2018, she made the video, and it's on her playlist, about where I didn't even voice record it, because I just talked about it, where I asked her about, I had a Levi, he was starting to turn shiny, and I wanted to know, well, like, how can I get rid of the shine? And she, in this video that she made on her playlist, she didn't say that to me at the time. I don't think she ever responded to me, actually. But in this video that's on her playlist right now, she said, oh, I should have I should have known. I should have seen the warning signs. Um, when somebody has a problem with their dolls and ask how to get rid of shine, I'm like, what? You're crazy. Um, let's see here. All right, now this is about the issue with the doll, with that JC doll. Okay, so this is her point of view right now. This is a video she made of me where she, I don't know, thinks that it's funny to humiliate another member in the community for no reason. And I mean, it doesn't humiliate me. And then I had like that what do you call that? Those little, I don't know, I can't remember now what the name of it is. Those little I don't know, this little thing on the chair, and she called it like the hairy chair. Whatever, it's like it just shows how you, if you don't have facts, you just bully people. So I make fun of them. So here we go.
Okay, so I'm going to start out here. What I'm going to be showing you guys is the email correspondence between me and Andrea Hughes. And before you get your panties in a wad, Andrea, your YouTube channel is Andrea Hughes. Your doll channel is also Our Reborn's Nest, or Our Reborn Nest.
Yeah, you know what? That's very true. I had two channels. I had my personal private channel, Andrea Hughes, and I had the Reborn channel, which was our Reborn Nest. And because I was pretty new to the community, and she knows that, I kept on forgetting to switch from one account to another when I commented. And she took that as, hey, you know what, we can run with it. And per the police department, that is completely fine. She can do that, and I can use her name as well because she is on social media with her first and last name. So is Pixie. She's got a business. She actually did a video where she talked about that she has a business and she was protecting, I think, Inez, saying, oh, don't go after her, go after me. I have a business and you can Google me at any time. And so, who cares? Whatever. We are over that.
So this is the correspondence between me and Andrea. I am sick and tired of her flapping her gums and just not moving on with her life, moving on with her doll collection. So I'm doing this. I wasn't planning on continuing to talk about her, talk about the situation. She's upset.
Interesting, because she, just like Pixie and Katie and Renee, all made videos, all had lives talking about me, talking about my friends, talking about people that support me, saying if you support her, an evil person like that, you are blocked from my channel. And I have screenshots of that as well. So yeah, just because you take stuff down doesn't mean it never happened. It doesn't. People can't unsee what they have seen. They can't unhear what they have heard. So just because you take stuff down doesn't mean you didn't say it. So because you did say it.
That I have a playlist with videos regarding the chargeback situation, a problem that she created for herself, not me. I am sick of.
Okay, so let's talk about the playlist, right? She always keeps on talking about the playlist and how I created this problem for myself. I find it also so interesting because let's see. Let's just keep facts alive because facts do matter. Let's take a look here. Okay, on April 30th, on April 30th, 2019, so yeah, this has been going on for a long time. She writes to me, Andrea, it is important for me to know if they sided with me or not. Can I call you? And here is, I'll make sure that there's nothing on here. No. Okay. That was at 2:05 in the afternoon. Okay. At 5:52, I write her, hi there. I'm sorry, I have to make it bigger. My eyes are going really bad. Hi there, I screenshot and attached a photo of my phone call with the bank. You can Google the number to confirm it's a legitimate number. That is all I can provide for you at this time. As I said previously, the bank said it will take about 10 days to transfer the money into your account. If you don't receive the money by next week, please don't hesitate to message me and I can call them again. I will get a confirmation number from them within 48 hours that I can provide you with in the meantime. At this time, I was advised not to remove my videos until you're able to post a video telling your followers that we have come to an agreement and that you are getting your money back. I'm continuously getting bullied and trolled by your followers, and I will happily remove all videos about this experience once you can tell your followers to please stop harassing me. I appreciate that you moved the video. I appreciate that you removed the videos, comments, that you removed the videos and comments, vlogs, etc. about me, and I'm sending you all the money back for this doll. Please give me the same courtesy and post the video so my reputation is not ruined due to this matter. I'm just in the beginning of my YouTube experience and only 100 followers have seen my videos compared to your 5,000. I've also removed the last name from your last name from the videos as well. And then I said, I just realized I can't attach a screenshot. Maybe I'm just too tired. So I told her that I will refund her the money, right? To that, she says, Dear Andrea, here's what I feel comfortable doing at this time. Please understand this has been quite an ordeal and I just wanted to come to a peaceful and swift resolution. As a caveat of good faith and gesture, I would be willing to publicly state that you reached out to me to let me know you have dropped the chargeback and have informed me that I will be receiving the money for the doll within 7 to 10 business days. I would appreciate you sending me an email I can share with my audience to verify your confirmation of this resolution. Once I have an email and your video has been removed from your channel, I will gladly share this update publicly. Once this has come to a full close with me being in receipt of the money, I will issue a full notice of complete resolution. I would like to thank you for being agreeable in resolving this matter. It is much appreciated. So, clearly, I told her, I did the chargeback, I refund you the money, get rid of the videos about me. So what she did was she removed all the slander about me from her wall and removed most of the stuff about me, but in lieu of that, she made a playlist. So I basically, first of all, it states right here that um, that uh, uh, American Express or PayPal never sided with her. I closed the case. I closed the case because I wanted closure. She knows that it is right here, black and white. You can't make you can't make this up, this stuff. And this was April 30th of last year. That playlist is still up. So in other words, she's got her money. I sold this doll for $450 because I couldn't get any more for it. And I lost $500. And the playlist is still up. So in essence, I don't know why I agreed to drop this case. I should have just let this go. I should have just let them move forward and investigate, because eventually they would have sided with me because I'm the card holder, and there was something wrong with the doll. It doesn't matter how superficial it sounds to her. To me, it is not superficial where the magnet is not in the right spot. And I'm a collector, and I'm not an artist, and I don't feel comfortable. First of all, taking a doll apart, taking the head off, buying all the supplies, taking the time. Okay, who's paying me for all this stuff? You were not even willing to pay for that. My time, the supplies, and the guarantee that I was going to do this right, that I wasn't going to get glue on this doll's hair on the vinyl. I'd never done this before, but you didn't care. To you, what did you say? I'm not Walmart. I don't give returns. So that was your whole take on it. Okay, so let's finish with this video quickly. I mean, with this soundbite.
I'm tired of her spreading lies about me, spreading lies about our correspondence, spreading lies about what she asked me for. So I feel like the only way to push back is by showing you guys our email correspondence. And I know this is really small, but back in February, I sold Andrea a JC doll. And that doll, she just didn't like it. For one reason or another, she didn't like it. Now, her version of what happened, or what she didn't like, is that she just, the magnet shifted. She came up with the story about the body being too big for the head, and multiple things. So let's just talk about the magnet shifting and get that out of the way. The magnet did shift. That is a superficial damage, and the reason the magnet shifted was because the original artist did not use glue to adhere the magnet to the mouth. The magnet goes on the inside of the mouth so that you can use a pacifier with your doll, which is actually a perk. It's not, it's something, like I said, superficial. She used tape. I did not know that the artist used tape. I later contacted the artist when Andrea said that she found Scotch tape inside the mouth. I had no idea about this. The artist apologized to me. She said, yes, she does use Scotch tape, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The artist actually told me that she uses this to allow the owner of the doll to remove the magnet if they feel like it. So it's easy.
Okay, so she said, "Oh, I just didn't like the doll, and the magnet did shift because Leticia Moreno put Scotch tape on there." Now, I can only assume, and that all makes logical sense to me, the reason why Leticia Moreno put Scotch tape in there is because everybody that knows Inez and has followed her for any length of time knows that Inez does not put pacifiers on these dolls, or very seldom. And Leticia Moreno put that Scotch tape on there not knowing if Inez was going to keep this doll because she's, she rotates her collection, which is her business. I don't care, but she rotates her dolls, so she didn't know if she was going to keep this doll or not, and if she was going to sell this doll. So she had an opportunity at the time to take that scotch tape off and glue this magnet in there, which, you know, Leticia Moreno didn't tell her, and maybe she did, maybe she didn't, I don't know, but I assume that she didn't. And so she apologized to Inez. Now my question is, where's my apology? Where's my apology for this? For this, you know, for this magnets, like not being attached where it needed to be attached. And yeah, the body, yeah, you switched that body, and you never made any reference to that on that sales video, not one. You switched that body out the day, I think a day after you got it, but I didn't see it because I didn't watch every one of your videos, and because I have a life and I don't, I'm not glued to your channel. So, but since you're the one that is selling, it is your obligation to disclose any changes that have been made to any doll. And you didn't disclose that, and I noticed that right away. So, so anyway, so her whole spiel is she just didn't change. She just didn't like the doll. She didn't like the doll. She saw the doll, and she just didn't like the doll. Okay, now let me show you how this is like completely false and misleading. So here is a soundbite of me. Now, mind you, I bought this doll in February. I did not interact with this doll at all until April, until after I decided to give her her money back, late April, and that's when David and I had to, bite the bullet and take the head off and go to Bountiful Baby and buy all the stuff that we need to buy, educate ourselves on the stuff, buy this glue, and cross our fingers that we weren't going to make a mistake, and also buy a new body, the body that actually belongs on this doll. That's how she got it from Leticia Moreno, with the original body on it. And all this stuff, all this money was never refunded to me, ever. And there was not ever any, there was not ever, it was like, no, I'm not giving you anything. That's it. That's it. There was no agreeing on anything. So this is the video that I made when I decided to keep the baby and we had fixed the pacifier. And now this is Leticia Moreno, the person that Inez for like a year and a half now said that I talked smack about Leticia Moreno, and which is completely ridiculous, and you can hear it right here. Little guy Blake, he is the JC. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's cloudy right now. The artist and the incredible painter is Alicia Moreno, and I have not changed him clearly. And snoozing away. This is the JC sculpt, and I've had him actually since February, but I just introduced him last week. So, and I really love the toes. The painting is wonderful. The little frown, the scratch. I mean, I talked about this before. So that's the JC. Now, I love his feet best. Actually, he's painted really well. I'm slowly overcoming the drama and just enjoying this baby, which I'm so thankful for. And I make a conscious effort to do that as well. But he is so cute. Look at him. He's so cute. Totally cute. Right now that you paid close to it, I would like to, and you can do this privately, see a receipt. Because I think you saw an idiot coming down the street and you grabbed it, and the idiot was me. And that's what, let me show you the baby a little bit closer up. Okay, so I'm talking about that JC. So does that sound to you like a person that has a change of heart, that all of a sudden sees a that sees a doll and says, "Oh, you know what? I don't like it. I don't like the painting. I don't like this. I don't like that. I want to send it back." That's not what was said here. I told her, first of all, this was all, the how the dolls come to us all affects how we feel about these dolls in the end. If we have good communication with the artist, if the artist is agreeable, somebody you trust, somebody you really like, somebody that communicates, somebody that you have faith in and trust in, things like that don't happen. I was completely blindsided by her because I had no idea at the time that she didn't want to sell me this doll. And about a couple of days after, she came out and started this attack on me after I privately contacted her and said, "Look, you need to fix this, this, and this, or take the doll back." And she came all unglued and started this attack on me. I forgot my thought now. Where was I going now with her? It's just I'm just so tired of having to regurgitate this thing all the time with her and with Pixie. Now Pixie gets involved, which she has nothing to do with anything. That being said, you know what? It's not Pixie or your Ines or Katie's or anybody's right to decide for me what is acceptable, what kind of damage is acceptable to me for $950. And what I asked her in this video was, I would like to know how much money you spent on this doll, because you sent this doll in a box that was used. You used no bubble wrap. You didn't use a blanket. You used a receiving blanket. None of the stuff that Leticia Moreno sent with this doll were included. And and then the pacifier, and then the body didn't look right, and then the baby looked completely filtered on her side, because I took screenshots. I took images of both my pictures and hers, and they look completely different. The doll has a completely different skin tone. So, when you get a box opening like this, that you can tell this box has been used before, and this is how it comes to your house, and then you're like, this is really weird. And then you're like, well, what happened here? Well, you know what, let's just look inside the box. And then you open up the box, and you find the baby in a sleeper that you had seen on her channel like a million times. You see a used Gymboree outfit, or a onesie, a play suit, or whatever that was. And none of the original stuff was in there. And then I asked her, I'm like, I'd like to know how much money you paid for this doll, because you saw me coming and you ran, because this is about the same time that this Bountiful Baby controversy started, and she wanted to get rid of this Bountiful Baby doll as quickly as possible before it all hit the media. And basically, she paid $1,240 for this doll. She sold it to me for $950. I paid $975 or $77 because I used American Express, so I paid $977. That's not here nor there. She got $950 for it. But like I said before, all of the stuff that came with this doll is gone. Okay, she kept it all. She kept all the clothing. She kept everything, and so this stuff all cost the artist money. Everything from the bottles to the pacifier. I mean, not even the pacifier that this baby was featured with was included in this. And and to her, this is like all very fine and dandy. Like you didn't buy the doll for like this is how this doll. Whoops. You see the baby has a pacifier? So when the baby has a pacifier, and this is how the doll comes to her, and this is how she sells the doll, that doll needs to have a pacifier. And this is not an extra then. This is part of the deal. And then, so when you add that $950, and let's say Leticia Moreno paid another $150 for the clothing and all the extras that came with it, including the shipping that she had to pay for. So, Inez got her money back completely for a used doll that she then didn't like because she got rid of it immediately. Speaking of dolls that she didn't like, I still to this day would like to know what happened to her that I called Tomato Baby. That Tristan, that all of a sudden went bye-bye. And the box opening of this baby is nowhere to be found. Kati Winters on her Facebook and any of social media, Inez, this baby is nowhere to be found. And I did a timeline on when Inez got this doll, when the new doll came that doesn't look red, and then when this red baby then appeared again on Kati Winter's site, like a couple of years. It was like August she received the red. September Kati announced the more normal looking skin tone of another baby. In October, all of a sudden, it ended up with Inez, and then in November, the red baby appears on Kati Winter's site. So obviously, there was some sort of deal made. So, that's not the deal that I made. I didn't screw anybody out of anything. I just said, fix this or take this doll back. Very simple. That's my right. And it is not up to you guys to decide what is a defect and what's not. A defect is a defect, and if I don't want to fix it, I don't want to fix it. For $950, that doll should be perfect. And you can scream and holler however you want. I don't care. I showed you the email how I made that. I took that charge back down. I canceled the charge back. And, to this day, speaking of Pixie, still has stuff on her wall regarding me and that little Giggles woman, and how I canceled that transaction. I will get into that next week. That whole situation with Little Giggles. That's because I screenshots of all of that as well. And then under one of these videos, Inez said that I had called Leticia Moreno a scammer, which is completely ridiculous, and I never said that. What did happen though is that Leticia Moreno did have an Alessia for sale sometime in the summer on a Facebook page, and I texted her to find out if that was still available, and she said yes. And I said I would like to buy it. I sent her the money immediately, and about a day later, she texts me back saying, I just refunded you your money because your name sounded familiar, and I called someone and they confirmed that this was you, and I'm sorry, but I can't sell you this doll because you can't be trusted in the community. So because there was a blacklist going on. So there was Leticia Moreno that was contacted, and Elen Van Thunder from Little Giggles Nursery, and I will make a separate video about her because what happened there was completely outrageous. And they, it's so interesting how they all want to wash their hands of the whole thing, like, oh, we never did anything, we never do anything. But here you have, screenshots after screenshots of their, of them going after me in their private, YouTube, on their private Instagram channels, and calling me, like every name in the book. And if it hadn't been for a good friend that knows me, that sent me the stuff and said, look, there is a mass email going around to artists and collectors not to deal with you because you're a scammer. I'm like, what? And she sent me screenshots of everything that was said, and it's so bottom line is, they try any way possible to go after you. Like, for instance, this one here. This was on the Reborn Doll Collective's private account. What does she say here? How are chargebacks going to affect how doll artists do business at the Rose Doll Show? Chargebacks have been called the friendly theft, but don't see anything friendly here. Say no to victim shaming. And then she has another, oh yeah, that's one of the lives here, where I think this was a live by, I don't know who created this live, I can't remember, but she's in there saying, anyone who is there supporting evil people, I want nothing to do with them. And being friendly with the lady who did a fraudulent chargeback against me is also a big no for me. And Katie wrote, but my free choice is to stay away from people being friendly with someone who abused me and my friends forever while I keep my mouth shut. She said, Reborn Doll Collective says in this live, everyone supporting that person are only there because they hate me. And then this Cynthia Collins says, now Inez, these people are two-faced. People are two faces. Daisy says, she was like on my channel for a long time. No, not hardly. Maybe you are reading too much into it. And that's when she said, anybody supporting evil people like that, she will get off her channel. She will delete off her channel. And it was going on and on and on and on and on and on and on with her. Um, uh, and on April 14th, 2018, this is the email or the regarding that wreath sculpt where she wanted $700 for the sculpt. And I told her at the time, I didn't want to say to her, look, your doll isn't worth that money, because I didn't want to like offend her, because I was, like new, and she was a big channel and I really trusted her at the time. And so I just said, you know what, it's too much money for me. And I have a daughter in college and this is above my budget. Can you go down a little bit on the price? And she said no. And she said within like I transferred the money at like 12 or 1 o'clock, and like half an hour later, I, the thing was dead, the deal was dead, and she walked away because she didn't want to take the money, and she didn't want to give me a discount on the doll, and the doll at the time was only worth on eBay like about $550, and so I'm like, I can't take a risk like that. I can't overpay like that. So then on April 17th, there's another one that she did, like another calling me. Oh, I don't know. Calling me out saying Andrea Hughes did a chart trick and kept the doll. Know your scammer. She's in what seems like a buying frenzy at the moment to buy a bunch of inexpensive dolls from random doll artists to establish otherwise, but it doesn't change the fact that she got a refund and kept the doll that she received from me. And then she put down my Instagram account, my Facebook account, and my YouTube account, and called me a scammer. And then a couple of days after that, my Instagram account got hacked. And it got hacked by a Russian site email account, gashyanina83@gmail.ru, which is Russian, and I couldn't get into my Instagram account. And it's like that happened all in April. And who here is from Eastern Europe, and anybody thinking this is just like a Russian bot? I had 22 people on my channel. I don't think they would be interested in that, in a doll collector with 22 followers. So that's ridiculous. That same month, she put something on her. It's either, I can't see if it's on her Instagram or if it's on her, I think it's on on her YouTube channel. Where she writes, to add insult to injury, Andrea has now purchased another doll and is boasting how she's waiting for things to blow over on YouTube before she uploads the box opening. This entire thing feels so surreal. I keep thinking to myself, this couldn't possibly be happening. I want to ask, for those of you who care, if you see JC by Leticia Moreno for sale on any of her social media, which include her Facebook account, her YouTube channels, and she gives all the channel names, and any of her 2 Instagram accounts, she gives those 2. Please notify me JC was stolen. I mean, and so it's and then she says on here, she leaves screenshots of, she says, the photo below is a screenshot of Andrea's IG account, Reborns to Love. She posted that she purchased Chase, and I quote, someone new is on his way to the nursery, box opening and name reveal on YouTube in about 10 days. YouTube is having issues with Reborn channels right now. I will wait for this to be resolved before posting. And she says her insolence knows no bounds. Please help spread the word about JC. Seeing her prance around announcing new dolls on any social platform while having a doll that she stole from me is just more than I can take. I mean, it's just the woman is like completely delusional. Um, Obviously, she doesn't know how PayPal works. She doesn't know how chargebacks work clearly as well, and that's a big problem. And her and me had a deal which says I cancel the chargeback, and you remove all your information about me off your channel. And that's not happened, and I have a really big problem with that. Um, I had these emails about her saying that this is a deal that we made, obviously for like over a year, but I don't like to release private information that was sent to me via an email or poll or instant messenger or any other way because it's private and I don't want to go climb into the gutter with these people and do what they have done. So anybody that has done me wrong or somebody has disappointed me, somebody that's flip-flopped in this community, and yeah, I'm talking about you, Shelby, you can rest assured that whatever was spoken to me, whatever is on WhatsApp between you and me, and you know what you said on there, and I know what you said on there, you don't need to worry about. I will not ever disclose this information, so you don't have to worry about me stabbing you in the back or anything like that because that's really your forte. That's what you do. I don't do that. So with that being said, I just wanted to let you guys know what the situation, how it all boiled down, and I really didn't want to make this video because I'm so sick and tired of it. This woman has had her money now for over a year, and her minions are still stinking talking. Either they're talking inside their membership, they're talking in lives, they are talking in Instagram accounts, or they're talking via their playlist because a playlist speaks volumes. So to all my viewers, go to my playlist and educate yourself there. And I ask you, if you pay $977 or $75 for a doll, and you are just a collector, and you have never taken a doll apart, would you? This was not a prototype doll. This was just a prototype artist, and it's $950. Would you not have an issue with that? I mean, if you don't, good for you. I mean, I have an issue and I have a right to have an issue with that. And it was her responsibility as the seller to make me happy, to make this right. And she didn't. And at the end, I was so sick of being bullied by her and her friends that I canceled the chargeback. And, that should give anybody here a pause and don't feel so confident with chargebacks because they will people like her will destroy you or try to destroy you. She didn't destroy me because I am not walking away. So always pay goods and services. There's two avenues of payment on PayPal, and they're there for a reason. One is friends and family. That is only supposed to be used for cash. Like if you have a friend or relative that needs money right away, you send cash. That is there for a reason. The other one is goods and services. Goods and services, unlike what Jen was saying, does not charge the buyer anything. The seller pays not 10%, they pay 1.5 to 3%. It's either 1.5 or 3, I can't remember now, but it's definitely not 10. And just for your information, Jen, you need to educate yourself a little bit on maybe take a class in Business 101 at your local community college to learn how accounts payable and receivable work and how PayPal works. because what you said in there that um, that you have to pay a fee when somebody sends you money. Uh, you have to pay a fee for transferring this money into your account. That is also a complete lie. This is completely um, free, but you have to wait between 1 or 3 business days to get the money. If you want the money right away, yeah, they charge you like some really small amount, like 1% or something. So yeah, if you can't wait, then yeah, you pay that 1%. But if you're a business owner, you should have enough cash that you don't need the money, I mean, right away. And the only reason, let's face it, the only reason why you take only friends and family is because with goods and services, you have to wait to get your money until the buyer has received the product. And in other words, you have to put a tracking number in there, and and as soon as the buyer, as soon as the tracking is received on the other side, is being recorded by PayPal, then you get your money. And that happens until you have sold a certain amount of dolls, a certain amount of product, or a certain amount of dollar value. It happened to me too. Um, with my dolls, I mean, the first 2 or 3, I had to wait like for a month. And, so what? So I wait. That's the only reason why you only do that. And the other reason also is because of the taxes. And how you explain the tax situation is also wrong. It's like PayPal has nothing to do with you and your taxes. What I was trying to explain is that when you accept payment via PayPal friends and family, the government cannot, the IRS, the state, nobody can um, can see for real for sure, or can argue if you say, oh, I'm a YouTuber, but everybody knows I have a hard time, so people just send me money, because I'm asking for it, and it's not for anything that I'm selling. You can just lie about it. There's nothing they can do, because you didn't pay for goods and services. You accepted this money out of the clear blue sky. So that's the problem that I have. If you're a business, you need to use PayPal goods and service. And I talked to PayPal about that, and they frown on people like you that take advantage of the system. And they said there is a reason why we have goods and services, and that's why the merchant gets charged a minimal fee, so that if something goes wrong and we need to investigate, we need to get paid for that as well. So it's you know what, educate yourself on PayPal, educate yourself on 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 money that you receive. I mean, you say that in a video that to that about that spring flower, that you made a $400 payment to her even though you weren't really sure that you owed it to her. That makes 0 sense to me. Because like 10 minutes later you said you had only been in the beginning of selling, you had only sold 2 dolls, 1 or 2 dolls, you were really broke. So if you only sold 2 dolls, why would you not remember a woman that bought a doll that you had an issue with in your own head, had an issue with, and therefore you canceled the order? And second of all, if you only sold 2 dolls, would you not remember if you refunded somebody? That's something I would remember, especially $400. I would definitely remember. And if I don't remember, what I do is I go onto my app, and it takes me 10 seconds to go into my app and click um, payable and receivable, whatever it is, and it gives me a list of everything that I paid out and everything that came in. So why would you not do that? So the whole thing was bogus from beginning to end. And Tasha being in there and applauding you for this is ridiculous too. So anybody, this is all one collective group of crazy people that have no business being here, and they should just kind of like leave me alone, leave. And as long as this playlist is up, I'll talk. I keep on talking. I keep on going on your channels. I keep on going onto your membership, because I don't trust you. And this video here, what I'm playing right now or filming right now should show everybody that I have no reason to lie. I haven't lied. I don't lie. I don't need to lie. And like, screw me once, shame on you. Screw me twice, shame on me. And that's not going to happen. So with that being said, I'm going to end it right here. Have a happy Sunday. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you next Sunday for another episode of the Sunday edition. Be kind to one another, and let your love multiply. Talk to you soon. Thanks.